Well, this is it. I am really excited for today's episode because today it is time to wrap up and conclude the Heart of the Swarm campaign. I'm almost a little bit sad about it as well because I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye to like Abathur and Zagara and Dahaka and Kerrigan and Stukov and everyone just yet, but there's no denying that we have breached into the Imperial sector of Augustgrad, and that means that it's time for Kerrigan to face off against Emperor Mengsk in the final mission. And here we are, back on the Leviathan. It looks like we can have conversations with pretty much everyone, but I think first off we're gonna have a look right here at Mengsk's palace, which, by the way, is getting awfully close.
Can you feel it, Mengsk? All your plans and lies and manipulations are crashing down around you. Soon, all the pain you've caused will come back to you.
Alright. Kind of like that his palace is in the shape of like a nexus almost, right? Do you think he was inspired? Zagara, how are you?
I will remember what you told me, my queen.
Vision.
But now the time for words is past. Let us kill.
You're right, Zagara.
So aggressive.
And there's no one I'd rather have as my second for this battle.
She almost wanted to smile there. Did you see that? Dahaka, how are you?
You've served me well,
Yeah.
Dahaka.
Wouldn't be able to do it without him. At least the previous mission.
Much essence from following.
I'm glad to hear it. I still need you in my swarm.
The essence still flows. I still change. I still follow.
That's all there is to say. Now it's time for action.
Isha, how are you? I know I promised. I was gonna try and find you a nose. I offered you to sit down in the spawning pool, but anyways, you didn't want to. How are you?
Whatever comes, I am ready, my queen.
Even if we fall and die in this battle, we've already done the impossible. We've shattered the power of Mengsk. It will be up to the Terrans to make something of the opportunity.
That means nothing to the future of the swarm.
True. But there are still broodmothers in orbit with their leviathans. The swarm will continue, no matter what. And it will be changed. Forever.
I'm actually quite surprised with how, like, doubting Kerrigan is, right? She mentioned that during the previous episode as well, that if she ended up dying, Zagara was to take over the control of the swarm. Right now, she really isn't sure how the future is gonna look and you know, whether or not she'll actually be victorious. It's kind of interesting. Obviously, during my first playthrough of this campaign, I never did any of these conversations, I don't think. I just simply went to the mission on the easiest difficulty, crushed through all of it, and then, you know, skipped all of the cutscenes and all that. I actually did not realize how doubting, I suppose, she is of this mission right here. But anyways, Stukov, how are you?
In 1 hour, either Arcturus Mengsk will be dead, or I will. If I'm still alive, I will set out to find Amon.
The fallen Zelnaga, a being of unknowable power.
There's no way we can win.
Then why fight?
Because the only other option is to lie down and die.
Well, I never wanted to die lying down. So, fight a god to the bitter end? That sounds like a worthy death. I am with you.
She's smiling, look at that. We've seen a couple of glimpses of those for a while already, but I really feel like something special is happening between Kerrigan and Stukov. At the very least, I want to believe. Abathur, is there anything you have left to tell us? Apparently, he does have a new conversation.
Swarm has evolved into powerful weapon. Greatest
Compliment
leader.
me, Abathur.
Greatest? Abathur, everything I've done to the swarm has been for my own revenge.
Queen determines purpose. When purpose changes, swarm changes. This our function.
You know, sometimes you're not so bad, Abathur.
It's actually really cool.
Unclear.
Oh, hey! Would you look at that? I got an achievement apparently. Rally the troops. No clue what that was all about, but I got it. 10 additional achievement points. I love how I took like, I don't know, like 5 hours out of my day or maybe 4 hours out of my day to get the Hurry Up It's Raid Night achievement. And then I talked to a bunch of the characters that have awesome conversations and they immediately grant me an additional Also 10 achievement points. Now, some of you tweeted at me saying that I should really consider upping my Vespian gas count in the next mission using Vespian efficiency, so Vespian gas harvesting efficiency increased by 25%, as well as the automated extractors, so I can really get a ton of Vespian income. Then I also received probably about 1,000 or so messages everywhere saying that I forgot one of my Vespian geysers during the previous mission. A typical case of loco blindness, I swear. Sometimes I don't see things that are in the middle of my screen, and I was watching that back, right? I love how I say a couple of times, oh, I wish I had more Vespian gas, and then I look at my own main base, and there's a gas sitting right there, and I never really see it. I don't know, guys. It's just one of the things that happens, okay? Just bear with me. I'll I'll fight my way through it. I also want to pick up the Apocalypse right here. Deals 300 damage, or 300 damage rather, to enemy units and 700 damage to enemy structures in a large area. I do think I want to continue having the ability efficiency. I think I'm pretty happy with the setup that I've got right here. Not really a whole lot that I need to change out, I don't think. I still really love my spawn bailing ability. So once again, a bit of a switch up, but I think we should be good. So basically, this is going to allow me to never really worry about my gases all too much. I just simply take them once, and as long as they don't get killed, they will be mining a ton of Vespian gas. Very good. Alrighty, and without further ado, I know, it's time for us to jump into the final mission.
The Terran weapon has been shattered. Your swarm is poised to move. Only the palace defenses remain.
The Reckoning. Assault Mengsk Palace. Brutal has been selected. It's time to start the mission. Oh.
The northeast sector is clear. We're behind in the eastern corridor.
It's time, Valerian.
The evacuation is still underway.
I can't afford to hold back any longer.
Promise me you'll avoid civilian centers.
I can't do that. Arcturus would see that pattern in my movements and use it against me.
Then millions will die.
Jim?
All right. Just stay out of my way, and I'll do what I can.
That may have just saved your relationship, Kerrigan. Ooh, Jim liked that.
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day your swarm darkens the sky of any planet. Korhal will endure, as will I.
Sure.
Nice quote. I'll engrave it on your tombstone. Isha, Zagara, Stukov, Dahaka. All my brood mothers, all my queens, hear me. The time for planning and deliberation is past. Now we tear them down, attack, and do not stop until they are all dead.
Alrighty, here we go. Now this may take me a couple of attempts, by the way. Just wanted to point that out real quick, because, this is not going to be an easy mission. But here we go. I'm such a sucker, by the way, for these kind of love stories. I secretly probably like romantic movies more than my girlfriend.
Come back to Korhal.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
You are surrounded by the Dominion's elite.
And yet they still won't be enough to save you. How many bodies will you hide behind?
I've had enough of your tongue. Men, wipe them out.
Alrighty. No, but seriously though, I really do like these kind of love stories. Jim standing in the background there, looking up surprised. He's like, oh, she's actually gonna do that? I love it. It's so cool. Anyways, it is time for us to do a little bit of scouting. Now, of course, I've got scouting Zerglings because they can jump up and down cliffs, which I'm still, a big fan of.
I sense. No, it can't be.
What are you sensing, Kerrigan? Tell me.
We require.
My queen, a Terran battlecruiser is inbound on your location.
There's something familiar about
Jimmy boy!
Jim?
Ah.
Let's finish the job.
I didn't think you would come back.
We're both tied up in whatever happens here today.
We do it together.
Jim, thank you.
Thank me later. It's time you put your war face on.
Oh man. Our relationship status is still set to it's complicated, but it's alright, it's alright. Okay, so we can now hang out with Jimmy Boy. Kerrigan, go say hi. Right over there, he's right there. Go say hi, this is important.
Jim, weren't you supposed to be evacuating civilians?
Here, have some bailings, Jim.
Valerian and Horner got that handled. I had other things to do.
All right. Keep that left flank clear while I go put a hurt on Mengsk.
Alrighty. So the Hyperion must survive and we need to destroy the palace gate. Don't really know exactly what kind of, unit composition I'm looking for. I'm kind of planning to maybe, I don't know, a couple of Ultras, a couple of Hydras, maybe some Brute Lords, something along those lines probably wouldn't hurt. So let's make a Spire as well. We're gonna have a ton of gas anyway, so I can play Ultralisk Brute Lord just fine, right? I'm gonna have a stupid amount of stuff. Let's start up, I don't know, let's start up some upgrades. I would like to have another expansion if I can. I don't know exactly how many enemies we are likely gonna be facing off against, but I do know Kerrigan herself is gonna be stupid powerful, so we should be alright. Maybe something down there. Usually the expansions are pretty nearby. Usually the expansions aren't very far away at the very least. Okay, Hive is done. Let's make a Greater Spire. I'm gonna have to get out of there though. Oh my god. The fact that I've got a Banshee chasing me, not cool, man. Alright. Let's make an Ultralisk Cavern. And, well, I was hoping these guys wouldn't follow me around. Luckily, though, I've still got Kerrigan here, who's awfully strong. Let's spawn in some Banelings. They will happily jump forward. Look at them. Like, yay! They're the cutest, happiest Banelings of all time. Can I maybe make another... Yeah, I need some more larvae. I think that's going to be super helpful. I would like to have another expansion, though, if I can, but... Alright, let's try the new ability, then. What does this do? Should I do it? I don't know. It's kind of a long cooldown. I kind of want to use it on the base if I can, but nope. Gonna have to use it right now. Kerrigan! Oh, that's how it works. Okay. Kerrigan wasn't doing particularly well there for a moment, but she's a-okay now. Alright. So I can make Ultralisk. Soon as a 1-2 at the very least. I can also make some Brute Lords. Maybe that's smarter, because they're gonna be a little gas heavier. Let's spread some creep right there in Jim's base. And I might, by the way, need to redo this mission once or twice. Kind of depends on how it goes. I can imagine that this is going to be a really tricky one, although I don't really recall any of it. Maybe I will remember it once we get a little bit more into it. But I don't really recall if I get an expansion, for example. But I can imagine... Ooh, wow. Alright, Jim is going to be pushing. Oh, okay. I can imagine that we're probably going to have to move over towards the bottom right-hand corner first. I hope there's going to be a base located there. And I also hope that Jim can actually hold on to his own shenanigans. If not, I'll build like a, a round of spines over there. That'd probably be pretty smart. All right, let's make some Brute Lords here. They're 150 to morph in. Pretty expensive. There's a whole bunch of Warhounds, which I don't like very much. Warhounds way too good against everything. Let's make some Mutas. Some Hydras. The whole shebang. Maybe a couple of Queens even would not be a bad idea. Alright. So I've got a couple of Brutes. Let's have them push onwards here. Let's get +2 melee upgrades here. And let's see what the Brutes can do. I'm slowly gonna be picking off this base. Don't know how many Vikings they have. Let's keep spawning in more Banes. I do need some more workers though, because I don't have a lot of income right now.
It is time. What is it this time?
These Warhounds are so sick though. Remember, for some of you, you may recall this as well. Remember when they added those to the multiplayer version of the game for a little bit? I think it was the beta of Heart of the Swarm. Absolutely awful, because essentially the only thing you needed to make was Warhounds. They were, they were meant to be like a crossover unit, if I'm not mistaken, between mech and bio. So you would make it with both mech as well as bio-based playstyles. But essentially what it turned out to be is that you would never make anything but Warhounds. Because they were insane. Like, you could make Warhound Marine or Warhound Hellion, anything along those lines. But basically, anything Warhound would do extremely well. Alright, anyway, looks like there is indeed another base over there. Let's go ahead and push onwards. I want to bring a drone over, because I really need to make sure that I start mining this as soon as possible. I have my Apocalypse ready to go here once again in just a little bit. That Ultra died super quickly. Yeah, maybe I should have gone for the Resurrection Ultra. Or we can just freaking, like, murder everything in a second. Whew. Alright, can I get a base? I do think it's going to be important for us to max out.
Some work, Arcturus.
You'll pay for that.
Okay. So. Ooh. Let's get him. Oh. That was some value there. Both Hellions as well as Reapers take bonus damage, of course, from this army. I would like to not lose this base, though. Can we all just, like, get along? Can you guys give me a second? I'm currently reinforcing.
Get ready to attack the Dominion. Be ready shortly.
Might not be a bad idea for me to get a Roach Warren here either. I'm getting a big variety of stuff, really trying to up my economy here primarily, but I do hope that I can hold on to this expansion for now. I'm gonna get a ton of gas income, though. I had several people mention that I should really consider getting a lot of gas in this mission. Although I'm not entirely sure why. I feel like I'm gonna be floating it for the majority of the game. Hey, we're not in a rush, though. Still just simply hanging out over here. One of my gases almost died. That's okay. We do get a lot of upgrades, and once I get this done, obviously, it's really nice.
Destroy the Hyperion.
Pretty big fleet coming this way. Could use some help taking these guys down.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna send Kerrigan over in that direction. I'm hoping that she can defend by it, or, you know, it herself. Just Kerrigan. Should that be enough? Maybe a spine or a spore? Eh, should be okay.
What is it?
Should be alright. By the way, I noticed that my gas geyser went down, okay? Don't worry, I saw it.
What is it?
I'm never gonna run out of gas again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down, right? Just because I forgot that one Vespian geyser in the previous episode. I'm gonna go down with about a gazillion gas. That's the way. Oh man, that's a lot. Although, to be fair, Banelings are pretty good. Here, help out my little Spitty boy. Spitty boy! Come on, get him! I'm getting my Hydras over here too, by the way. That's okay. Don't need him. Hey, no worries, Jim. I got your back. Can I call you? I don't know. We need a sweet name, like a pet name for Jimmy. Jimmy boy, all right? Jimmy boy. That's a great pet name. I already made a pet name for him forever ago. I got some roaches here now too. Let's make some.
Assaulting Terran forces in 3 entrenched positions. If you can attack these positions from behind and destroy them, we will join the slaughter. Oh,
yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. Maybe I should get some what are they called? Impalers out. That's gonna be a great gas dump. And obviously, once I get this base saturated with drones as well, it's gonna be super nice. But I can slow push quite effectively using impalers. So I'm currently morphing in my impaler den. There we go, it's done. Plus, I think that's gonna be a super nice setup anyway. Okay. They announce when apparently there's gonna be a push towards that side of the map, so it's all good. Getting myself more and more upgrades. Already sitting at +3/+3/+3 almost. Pretty early on into the match. These impalers though, obviously super nice. They're gonna deal a lot of damage. I think that a couple of roaches wouldn't hurt either, but look at that. The impalers are gonna go to town here, man. Woo! They don't care.
We're almost ready to attack the Dominion.
Alright.
Moving out soon.
I'm gonna help out whatever ally is over in this corner of the map. I think there's gonna be quite a powerful force that they will bring along with this as well. Well, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do against that battlecruiser though. Will Kerrigan win 1v1 against that Pride of August grad? Yeah, apparently she will. Apparently she absolutely shreds it. Is there any detection over here? Oh yeah, there's...
Alpha Squadron, destroy that damnable ship!
Battle cruisers inbound. Might need your help on this one, Sarah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go back then. I'm gonna try and see if I can put my impalers up on the high ground. So they're gonna... You know, they've got a ton of range, so they should be able to eventually kill that, and then... I don't know who's gonna come out of this, but I'm sure that will aid us in just a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's make some mutas as well, so I can make a whole bunch more air units. I think having mutas out in general is gonna be super helpful. Look at this. Impalers slowly picking off all of those structures.
The way is clear,
Let's get +3.
Move your troops into the sector.
With pleasure, my queen.
Ah, Zagara. Always good.
Time.
We require more minerals.
Yeah, these mutas though, super vulnerable. That was just a couple of units. Yep. It's time for us for some pokey boys and some spitty boys. Maybe I should save my apocalypse cooldown for these kind of moments. I wasn't entirely sure about the frequency during which these pushes happen, but they happen quite often. I think if I can save my apocalypse for the next one, that's gonna make things way easier for us. Alright, cool. Well, look what just finished. Although these may have grenades. Yep. These are not the campaign ones. Or not the multiplayer ones. These are the campaign Reaper. Oh, no. Stop. Oh my god, they deal so much damage. Oh, they just killed an entire... Okay. Well, hey, that's not cool. New plan. Remember the spitty boys and the... Yeah, okay, we're gonna stop making those, and instead we're gonna use impalers. 8 impalers to defend a base. That should be appropriate. Right? You guys spread yourself out a bunch. Oh well, there's actually gonna be some units from the back as well, so you don't need to spread yourself out too far. But there we go. This should be okay, right? This should be able to kill whatever is gonna come in this direction, unless it flies. If it flies, we're screwed. Let's make 1 spore, so I can feel a little bit better about myself. Alright. Let's have you guys go off in this direction too. Now there's still that bonus objective over on that side. I do want to make sure that I get both, or I guess all 3 of my allies joining this battle as well, right? I've got so much gas. What am I going to spend it on? Seriously. Normally I take recommendations with a grain of salt, but I had several people reach out. I'm like, okay. I guess having gas is okay. But, this seems a little excessive. Alright, how are you doing? Jimmy boy's okay.
We're almost ready to attack the Dominion. Moving out soon.
Alright.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jim, for letting us know what your plans are. I'm gonna start moving off towards this area here instead. Really want to make sure that I grab as many of these as I can. I really want to use my ability again, though. I'm gonna use it right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jim. I seem to be okay defending you anyway, so it's probably okay. My god, is that a lot of battle cruisers? Hydras are decent, but... Yeah, this is just gonna be a mission where we have to take it super slowly. There's no reason for us to rush anything. We're gonna lose a lot of units, but as long as I don't run out of resources, which doesn't seem to be the case on my bases, I'm gonna be alright. So I'm fully upgraded as far as my ground army goes. Still have a bunch of stuff that I want to make for the air, but... Let's make some roaches and hydralisk here as well. I hope that Jim isn't gonna attack. Isn't gonna be attacked right now, though. There we go. By the way, assuming that this leads towards this bonus objective over here on this side. Okay, move onwards. Yep, super good. They have a lot of range, so I should be able to push onwards here. Although I have to be careful. That one Viking, though. Luckily, Kerrigan has about a gazillion HP, so it's all good. How's this defense going? Very good. Alright.
Remember this, Reyna? It was nice of your criminal partner to leave it here for me.
What is up?
Oh, crap.
The Odin!
I recognize that signature anywhere. He sent out the Odin.
Alright.
Keep going. You've got to finish this. Go on without me.
Are you sure?
Hell I will.
No.
Hold on, Jim.
Okay, I was gonna say, that seems like a really dumb idea. Okay, you guys walk all the way around?
I am the swarm.
How is this gonna go? I'm actually gonna uproot all of my impalers. Put them down over here instead. Kerrigan is gonna take a while to go all the way around. I'm hoping that the Odin is gonna be fine, but... Anyway, once I get this one finished, I think I'm gonna be alright. Let's make some ultras once again if I can. Well, a couple of these wouldn't hurt. Actually, yeah, impalers are gonna be really nice. I'm arriving right on time. There you go. Impalers are gonna be sweet. They should be able to deal with... Oh my god, that's a lot more than I had anticipated. Still, impalers are pretty freaking good, though. Oh my god, look at him going to town! Yeah, that Odin is gonna be a bit of a pain, but I'll just back up. Just back up. They don't have any detection. Jimmy boy! There you go. Impalers in range, you can see their damage output.
The Odin's down for the count.
Oh.
How are you holding up?
Don't you worry about us. We're still in this.
Okay. I sadly ended up losing
We're getting
Kerrigan
ready
there,
to attack the Dominion. Be ready shortly.
Strike now before she returns.
That's a little unfortunate. I ended up losing Kerrigan there. I'm gonna clean up this middle part of the map first. I don't have that many air units, or that many flying units rather, or anti-air. Alright. Yeah, I really don't have like, I kind of miss the Corruptor, to be honest. I kind of miss Corruptors and Scourge. Kind of wish I had some of those. It would be super helpful. Because there's no denying that these units are super strong, but without Kerrigan, it's pretty difficult to achieve very much here. Yeah, look, like these Night Wolves, they're insane. Alright. Now, I do have my Area of Effect spell, the Apocalypse, once again ready to go. I think I like the Leviathan, by the way, of the top 3 abilities the most, but that's okay. Okay, let's go. I need a lot of Hydras. I need a lot of Hydralisk here. Let's get +3 air weapons as well, or air armor, I guess. There's not a base over here in the center, which is great. Hoping I can make use of that. There we go. Don't really need to make use of it just yet, though. I think we need to clear out a little bit further before we commit to such a thing, but... By the way, I don't have currently anything on my base, but considering I'm out in the middle of the map, I think we'll probably defend against all of that stuff just by simply being out here. I hope. Okay, it's time for us to push over towards our next ally. Let's save. There we go. And let's move up this ramp. Oh. Ooh, wow. That was actually a really quick cleanup there. That single shock division in the back, dealing a lot of damage to us. Yeah, let's just go back. Let's just max out. I think we need to just max out. I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab the base here in the center too. I'm gonna max out on Roach Hydra. Still obviously have my my impalers here ready to go as well. I'm gonna put a couple around the map.
What is it this time?
There we go. This base will start mining low in a little bit. It's still got probably about a good, I don't know, probably about 8 minutes or so in it. So we're okay for now, but there's no denying that it will run out. Okay, this is actually like a bit of a shortcut towards her base as well. My god, that's a lot of army here though. Did not quite expect the amount of defenses here. Although I guess I should have. We're going up against full-on Terran mech. My best air unit Or anti-air unit is a Hydra, which is absolutely terrible against this. Luckily, the Banelings seem to kill everything, though. Banelings are pretty great. Kerrigan, get him! Whew. That was close. I really feel like I've got way too much gas income, though. I really don't need this much, but it's alright.
My boys are prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
Alright. Got some drones going in that direction. Going for some roaches and Hydralisk now. It's gonna take me some time to max out, but we should be alright. What kind of unit composition do you think I should go for, though? I kind of feel like Banelings were my best option so far. Brute Lords were nice, too. I'm gonna make some more of those. But everything just sort of melts, right? Like, nothing is as beefy as you would imagine it is, even with 3-3 upgrades. By the way, what is Jim even doing? He keeps saying he's moving out, but he's doing very little. Maybe I should push with him. That's probably the whole reason why he keeps announcing it. I'm a brilliant man. Let's help him out a little, because he seems to be kind of stuck in his ways. He says he moves out, but in reality, he's mostly just relaxing. I'm maxing out right now, by the way. Very slowly, but getting there. There we go. Feels really swarmy, though, to play this style, right? I guess it's mostly also because they're not playing with, like, regular units that Terran mech usually have, but these are bulwark companies and the Outback Hunters and basically the elite of the Terran elite. Nice Sons of Korhal right there.
Humanity's only chance at salvation.
Alright. I got a Baneling nest now. Could make some Banelings. Alright, I really would like to continue onwards on top of this ramp, though. If I can do that, I think we would be in a really nice spot. I'm a little worried for a potential counterattack towards this base. So I'm just gonna grab the units that I have and then reinforce everything that I'm making currently towards the newly acquired base. So hopefully we're gonna be able, you know, to deal with that. Let's go ahead and save right here. And let's go. I have to move up with everything because there's ghosts and like all kinds of other units. And obviously, I do still have that that saliva thing on my roaches. That was really like not a whole lot of stuff that I did there, though. My God, my roach hydra just melted. Okay. Oh, okay. Look at that. I got a new achievement as well. Apocalypse Now. Cool. All right. There's still a little bit remaining over here. Looks like I've dealt with most of the air units, though, which is the most important part here, because as long as they're not making anti-air, my brutes will eventually power through this. Okay. Still making more and more units that are gonna go to the center. Looks like, by the way, my natural is mostly fine now. Who's this? Who's this, by the way? Oh, that must be our dear old friend, Dahaka. A lot of units moving over still over here, but my impalers are helping out. I don't mind that. Let's make some more. That does mean I need to make a lot more Hydralisk.
Yes. No time.
These Banelings deal so much damage. Are you kidding me? It's way more than normal. Okay, cool. Looks like they are indeed breaking through. Kerrigan herself is running low, but we have now held on here to the center as well. And since my gas is free anyway, I'm
prepping to attack the Dominion. Heading out in a bit.
Alrighty, Kerrigan. Don't die. Oh, come on. I microed you, Kerrigan. You're better than that. Also, Dahaka, can you not just unload a couple of units and kill that one bunker? Do you really need me to babysit you this much? It's okay, I'm not complaining, but... Oh, we're maxed out now. Okay, finally. Took a little bit of time.
The avenue is clear of defenders. Dahaka, send your pack into the city.
Oh, it's because she's dead.
Yes. Feast upon their essence.
I was gonna say, why is she in such a weird... Okay, that makes sense. Let's push with Jim now. Let's help him clear a path. There we go. Finally, a whole bunch of units are coming out. I do want to make sure as well, actually, that I'm pushing over in this direction, because there's still Stukov, I think, right? Who needs to go out onto the map as well. and start helping us out a bunch.
Our allies are in combat.
You're cool. Yes.
Alright. Yeah, Roach Hydra, it's nice, but not against these kind of units, I guess. I think if I would have had the resurrecting type of units, or the resurrecting type of the Ultra, I think I would have been in a much better spot. Maybe I should wait for this cooldown as well, actually, but it's okay. Yeah, this base is now starting to run low, as you can see, so I'm gonna start transferring some workers over towards that area. I keep flooding in a lot of units. I'm not playing very cost efficient. That's my only worry here. I am cleaning everything up. The only thing I'm a little worried about is that I will run out of resources here because I'm wasting so much of it. Right? I'm not playing a very efficient style at all. With the idea being that if I clear up my allies, they're gonna help me push, so I should be alright. I don't know if this is the smart way of thinking though. Maybe I should go for something that's a little bit more reliable instead. Because I'm throwing units at all of these planetaries and whatnot, and it's not super efficient, but if I wanted to do this better, I could probably play like, for example, Impalers, and slow push my way in there and wait for the cooldown of Apocalypse and really, you know, use that effectively. By the way, right now we could really use, or we do really use the gas counts, it's all good. Alright, so here's Stukov coming in, the infested Terrans. No denying who that is. Maybe I should make some queens, actually.
Understood.
Yeah, some Swarm Queens would not be a bad idea at all. Here we go. Thank you, Stukov. Oh. Get in there, Impalers. Yeah, they're super good. They're super nice. Alright. I'm gonna make some more queens. I think queens would be really good to have if I'm gonna play a bunch of Ultralisk, just because the Ultras obviously do need some time to heal up. Alright. Everyone's currently flooding the Terran Dominion, right? I've still got a lot of resources. We can put a lot of those resources in the bank just fine. I think I can bring these units with me now too.
We're getting ready to attack the Dominion. Be ready shortly.
Alright. I'm gonna wait for these units to move out. I'm gonna move with Jim. I don't know where Jim is gonna go, but I'm sure he will show us the quickest route towards the other side of the map. Now, by the way, look at this. My allies are all helping out. I'm not doing anything right now. They are pushing all by themselves, which I can't complain about. Now, yeah, they're still flooding in like small amounts of units though. This is like the initial wave of infested Terrans. The second waves, I mean, they're still good, but not as impressive, I suppose. This base is, by the way, mined out right now. I'm a little bit anxious here about the amount of... Let's save right here. I'm actually gonna save like a, you know, there we go. I'm actually gonna save right here just because I feel like I might make a mistake here and overextend. I'm still gonna have a lot of resources in the bank, but I'm definitely gonna have to be a little bit smarter about the way that I'm spending it. Because, you know, my bank is not infinite. I will spend it. Excuse me.
Speak. What is it? Yes, Red. It is.
Okay, good. There we go. Use your fancy trick. There you go. Reinforcing with Roach Hydra here primarily. Also more Ultras. And a couple of Swarm Queens. We are getting awfully close already though. We are nearly there. I think we may have actually just done it already. I think we may have just been able to break through this with relative ease. Not playing an efficient style at all, but really swarming our Terran Dominion opponent, right? Rather than playing efficient, we just simply swarm through it. Let's get the Impalers in position here to start dealing the damage. I don't know if they have detection. It looks like they don't. It looks like they don't. That means that we are indeed knocking at the front door.
Stronger than you. We will see your ashes spread.
Oh my god, Impalers! They are pretty incredible. Impalers are just cleaning everything up. Jim is here with his with his battle cruisers and whatnot, rather. My queens are hanging around with their Leviathans, and
for humanity.
I think we've done it. Oh, I still have a little bit of tea left over as well.
Zagara, take command. I have an appointment with the Emperor.
Long live the Queen.
Arcturus! How are you? Apparently we got another achievement here called the Swarm Guardian as well. Apparently there is indeed another achievement for completing this mission in less than 25 minutes. Although I have to say, compared to the all-in mission, the final mission of the Wings of Liberty campaign, this one really does feel like it's significantly easier. She is so badass though.
Hello, Kerrigan. I've been waiting for you.
I'm surprised you haven't tried to escape.
Escape? My dear, I'm afraid you've got it all wrong.
That's not a lighter. Is that a psi emitter? Or psi destroyer? Or whatever it's called?
Really? Did you think I'd keep an animal like you close to me without some kind of insurance policy? Clearly, you are my greatest failure. Now, at long last, you will die. Change of plans.
My hero!
You can never suffer enough for all the lives you've ruined, Arcturus.
I made you into a monster, Kerrigan.
You made us all into monsters.
Did we consider the fact that Jim might be, you know, caught up in that explosion as well? While Kerrigan indeed is fine. And before Jim died in the blast radius as well, and it's like the worst love story of all time. Well, here we are once again. Not quite the beautiful life that Jim had envisioned.
Thank you, Jim.
But
for everything.
My pleasure, darling. Always was.
aww. So eventually Kerrigan, by the way, decides to return to the Leviathan, but eventually it's not necessarily Kerrigan who's the hero here, but Jim, who came to rescue everything.
I now see my true enemy. He waits for me in the void, wielding powers I cannot imagine. I go to face him, having renounced everything. My humanity, my identity, the man I love. But I will not face this enemy alone. I am the Swarm.
And there we have it. The Heart of the Swarm campaign completed on the brutal difficulty. What an absolutely awesome storyline. I am really glad I'm replaying this. When I first started up this campaign series, I didn't really think of... Like, I was a little worried. Here's the thing. I was a little worried that nobody would really be interested. Because I'm playing a campaign with Wings of Liberty, obviously, from 2010, and I think this is from 2013. I'm playing a game that has been out for a long time, and where a lot of people probably already know the storylines. It was even worse so with, obviously, me playing StarCraft 1, a game I had never played before. I played the entirety of the StarCraft 1 campaign, as well as, obviously, Brood War, when Remastered first came out. I didn't really know exactly how many people would be interested in it, because I never really made any, like, series-based videos. I was always doing, like, you know, obviously casts, and I was doing, like, separate videos that could just sort of be watched as just, like, its own video. And whenever I did, like, a, you know, a playthrough of a game, usually what I found is that the first episode would get a whole lot of views, as well as the last one. However, everything in between just sort of didn't, you know, have a whole lot of interest. And I understand that. I do that myself as well when I follow other YouTubers. I kind of like seeing their reaction at the very beginning and at the very ending and see what it's all about, right? However, for this playthrough, for both Wings of Liberty as well as Heart of the Swarm so far, I've seen roughly 50,000 views, give or take some, on every single episode, which is insane. It's kind of crazy that, you know, every single thing I say right now is going to go out probably to over 50,000 people, because this is still the final episode. Just know that I really appreciate it. The fact that you guys have all decided to join me on this adventure. And as I've already announced, yes, I am going to be doing a playthrough of a Legacy of the Void as well. But for now, I want to thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next episode.